Hi Cancer, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Cancer, happy new moon. It's your sign. So interesting how it just works out in mysterious ways, how when I do the readings on the particular day of doing them, it just happens to fall on the new moon, and the new moon today is in Cancer. So you probably are feeling it slightly more than maybe other people. I'm not having to go into because you're Cancer, then it's just for you, as I don't I think that there's a bit of every sign in all of us, but you could definitely feel this one a little bit more. And I just think that there's something really beautiful around this new moon. I've never sort of so long in advance been knowing about it, like that this moon in Cancer is happening today on the 20th. There's something around this new moon, and just so you really know how to use it, it's for good use. It's a new start, it's a new beginning. So if you want to write down your intention for your near future and really grab hold of this beautiful energy that's happening right now. It's happening around the world on the 21st, depending on where you're at, but for a lot of us it's happening today on the 20th. So with that said, I feel like this channel is sort of morphing into a bit of a more awakening path. I mean, we're all on an awakening path, but rather than do each sign and say this and this for each sign, I feel like the basis for it is just for the awakening path. And if I sort of steer more clear into that, there might be a new channel that is birthed out of it, or it's just a tiny bit of different messages that are starting to come out for this particular. I don't know yet, so I'm gonna see where this lands. I'm trying it out and trying to find my place in it for right now. And so today I'm gonna start with this gorgeous angel answers to just get the foundation for you with 2 cards, and then I'm gonna move into clarify all of that energy with the psychic tarot deck. And then at the end of the reading, because I had so much beautiful comments about it, the feedback was just great, so thank you for that. With doing the silent part, and if you're new, very welcome. Maybe you want to look up your sign or your different charts for your love reading. The last love reading, I ended those reading in silence, just looking at the images of these cards, to just sit with yourself, sit in silence and let go what wants to be let go and receive what wants to be received. And a lot of guys have been written like I didn't think it was really going to do that much, or what was going to come out from it, but some people really had some strong reactions and some great insights. So take that moment for yourself. It's just 3 cards. I'm not going to do 14 that I did then. It's just 3 cards. It's just a couple of minutes, and you can really find this very quiet, peaceful space within you with a little help from our friends. And then I'm going to move into the extended and see what else I can find that's going to be sort of an extended of this reading once we know where this reading is going. So if you're interested in that, the link is going to be in the description box down below. So let's start for you, Cancer, for your foundational message for this awakening path right now. And what is awakening? We keep hearing these words, awakening. So, and apparently you're going to get 3. So, okay, so 2 here. 2 here and 1 here. Okay. I rarely get, and I rarely ask, so that's probably it, but I rarely get sort of a time frame for things. But apparently your time frame is now, because I get the perfect timing card. It's perfect timing, Cancer. Whatever you're doing, it's perfect timing. There might be something for one person out there in Cancer, because for a second there I thought I looked at Cameron Diaz. She looked a tiny bit like Cameron Diaz. So maybe there's something around that for some of you guys to just get some validation on something. Before I get into this, I was going to say something. Yes, awakening. Thank you. Awakening. It's just it's everything, but it's the connection in with your inner being. It's the connection with your higher self to feel and understand that there is no separation From what? From us? Yes. From the 0 point down to every living, breathing being here on earth. But also the connection, the awakening to the fact that you create your own reality, the fact that you're your own inner magician, that your own inner pharmacy, that you restore and heal everything with yourself, that you are truly, truly here to create whatever life you want for yourself, and that there's no limits to that. That is the awakening, to understand your true potential. That's what more and more people are coming in to understand right now, and sort of rejoining their soul tribe, their soul family, connecting in with their higher self, starting to uncover and unfold where they truly are coming from. That's happening for me as well. It's like things just start to open up. I was bawling my eyes out the other day when I just felt this connection to this place. I was like, I think there's something to it. Like the ugly cry, as Oprah would say. Anywho, I just want to look at this card for a bit. There are two cards that came out. Cancer. I feel like there's something in something has been sort of tossed up. I get like it's tossed up in the air. It's a bit upside down. It's a specific incident that is a bit upside down at the moment, and that you are guided to go within. You're guided to meditate on the situation. So, and on the bottom it says reconsider. And yeah, I guess it's somewhat to reconsider. It's somewhat to, because this thing has been tossed up in the air. It's like, maybe it's been a bit of a surprise for you. The images are being reversed, but on the bottom it says reconsider. And this sword is sort of hanging in front of you. And it's like this sword was supposed to be upwards, and for some reason it has been turned on its head. It's like, what is happening? It's been a bit tossed up in the air. It's been a bit turned around. But this situation, whatever has happened in your life, and if it's not this big caliber, like this thing happened, it's been a bit turned upside down. And if you go like, no, I don't have a thing that's been like turned upside down like that, then I think it's more of a over time, like you're trying to figure out over time, but it's a perfect timing now to deal with it, to have this change, to have this shift. And there's something about understanding where you're going to arrive. It's questions that you will find answers to within. It literally says, and I'm so drawn to those words, meditation brings answers. To just go within. And it's almost, nothing is going to happen in your life to trick you. And in my book, there's no, well, okay, I was going to say in my book, there's no lessons. And having that said, I think that everything is lessons. I just think it's not a trial run. We're not here on earth to have a trial run. We're not here to sort of get our lessons, to get homework, to sort of see if we can cope. But everything that we're going through are lessons, right? I think you know what I mean. It's like we evolve and we grow and we expand through everything. So in a sense, it's lessons. But for me, we're not put here to see if we can survive and then we're going to get a great reward after we die. It's just none of that for me. For me, it's like we came here as a bold, fun adventure to explore the physical form with free will, to choose whatever it is that we want to do. And so that's why I can't say that you've been tricked, because it is somewhere, somehow, a creation done by you that's gonna it's going to require for you to get to some answers. It looks like this thing was tossed up in the air. This thing has been turned on its head. This a little unexpected surprise is like, okay, and apparently I'm supposed to go within to find the answers. And it wasn't really about the thing. It wasn't about the thing, It was just to get you to go inwards. It was to get you to start to meditate so that you could connect in with your higher self. It was always about that, and it feels like you've been called for a while, but it's like that unknown. It's like that when you see that on your phone, like that unknown number. You're like, I don't want to. It's probably a stupid salesperson. I don't want to talk. I don't want to answer. I'm not going to answer that call. This is your higher being, though. It's your higher being that's calling, and they've been calling for a while, and you want to connect in. You want to trust your guidance. You want to trust to know in life what is right for you and what is wrong for you, right? And so this is what has happened now. You've allowed for yourself to end up in a situation that got you to start to listen. Whatever that is for you. And on this first card, we see so clearly that your throat is opening up and your third eye is opening up. And in plain English or plain Swedish, that just means that you're going to start to look for or feel or express your authentic version. You're like finding your truthful version and opening up for those psychic abilities, for those, and if we don't want to have it sounds like, yeah, I think that psychic abilities hinders. Psychic abilities to me is just being in tune with yourself, so therefore you're receiving signals that's being given to you at any given moment. That's what psychic abilities are. Psychic abilities for me is not a unique thing that are just being given to a few. If that's your profession, yes, you might have a bigger interest in it from the very get-go. Like somebody who's gonna, like Zlatan, for instance, who is Swedish, by the way. He came to this earth this time around to play soccer, right? That was his main goal. It's so funny. And somebody else might have come to this earth to wanting to be a healer, wanting to be a tarot reader, wanting to be whatever it is that you want it to be. And so obviously you're going to have like a stronger focus or stronger intention to get to that place. But everyone, if you want to call it psychic abilities, have them. It's just a matter of, are you listening or not? Are you paying attention? Are you using your intuition? Are you trusting your intuition? That's what you're being called to do. It's like this boot camp for spiritual growth, it feels like. And you've been called there for a while, Cancer. And maybe you've been starting to listen at times, and maybe you have gone into meditation, but then you stopped. You never made it into like a ritual, like a habit to do it every day. But now you are. So now we're completely exploding. I want to say in the pineal gland. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It has a lot to say. Tallkottkörteln in Swedish. Tallkottkörteln. Pineal gland. And that's been pronounced a bit different, like for different people. Pineal. I heard just the other day. I can't even say it. I'm not gonna drop it. Sounds like penis. You're sitting down here, and it's like you're gonna you're gonna open up for this complete oversoul. Just opening up for this bank of information. So the answers will come for it looks like this thing happened that sort of forced you into this meditation, and while you're in meditation, wow, we now open up, and therefore all the answers can come. And for this shift to happen for you right now, it's perfect timing. You've if you've been wanting a time frame and you've been given, kept being given, like it's timing. We need timing for this. There's some sort of balance that needs to happen. There's something needs to happen for somebody else, or more things need to work out themselves for you. There's something for the bigger picture here. But when everybody's in on it, when everybody's ready, the perfect timing, you know, then is when it's gonna happen. So for some of you guys, here's your validation. Perfect timing. And then I keep seeing this spiral is now going upwards. If a lot of people have been living in a downward spiral, you're now living in an upward spiral. And it's interesting because I also see this as the DNA string, and how the DNA, and now it's happening again. Okay, so on the Gemini reading, and I think that was in the extended, although this time it feels like it's different for you. I all of a sudden feel this lift on top of my nose. It's like, if I didn't know any better, I would say that my whole nose was starting to come off. It's like a lift is happening in my nose. And it happens when I talk about this upward spiral, which looks like it's like a DNA string, which then goes into a time. This is a time glass. I know these colors are very subtle. There you go. This looks like a DNA string going up to a time glass. And it's like, it's perfect timing. It's like it's opening up and it's just shining through. There's something about shifting your DNA, like you're changing things. It's so like the perfect timing to go into this shift. And when you do, right. So when I talked about this lifting for Gemini, it was when the mask was coming off, like it's a veil being lifted, or the mask is coming off for the truth. Then this whole freaking nose area started to lift. And there's something about stepping into your complete truth, your complete honest version about yourself, and even upgrading your DNA. It's like you're freaking upgrading your DNA, Cancer. Stepping into this newfound place, and the timing for it is now. When is it going to happen? But when? Where am I going to start to see? So when are they going to come in? When is this opportunity? Now. Cancer, it's happening now. Okay, so clarification around all of this. What else do we want to tell Cancer? And I'm using the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. I'm now itchy on my nose. That is no longer there. It's just that, what do you call that? Phantom smärta. Is that the same? Phantom, excuse me. Phantom pain? Like if you lose your arm, you still hurt in your energy. I feel like we want one more. Here you go. Oh, wow. Different shades. Different shades. I'm gonna, excuse me. Yeah, this thing or this waiting game for you has really taken a toll on you. So if you've been waiting to get some news, they're coming in now. And this thing being tossed up in the air, this thing that's being sort of, whoa, like what is going on? I feel like this really has taken a toll on you, but it has also broken you free. It has broken through. So this first card is like really heavy, conflict and defeat. And it's like that last little flicker of light. It's been tough, Cancer, I will give you that. It's been really tough. And the next card that is mental conflict. So we have two cards with conflict here. So there might be for some of you guys, there might be an actual conflict going on. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest. This thing though, what it wants to focus on, like we have the perfect timing for a breakthrough now. So what it wants to show you is that the only thing you need to do is just continue to follow the light. It's like that one little flicker of light. If you just hold your focus right there, no matter what is going on around you, like whatever 10, 20, 15, 50 things is going on around you that seems to be not so good, if you just hold that focus on that one little flicker of light, it will take care of itself. You will eventually end up where you're supposed to if you just hold that focus. So there's something here, Cancer, about practicing when things get so tough around you, or get so large, or get so complicated that it forces you into a meditational state. Like when something has brought us to our knees, or where it really is so grand that there's nowhere else to go but in. That's where you needed to go. It's like you've been called to go there for a while. And also what you're learning in this process is that you really are becoming your own, and I love this word, I made it up myself and it's not the right word, but sorcerer, isn't it? It sounds like this source, you being practicing the source, like sorcerer, but it's not spelled, it's sorcerer, it's something else. But it's like you're the witch, you're the magician, you're the sorcerer. Where you maybe before this felt like you were a victim in your own life and you sort of didn't know a way out, thinking that other things or other people had control over you or could do something to you or change something for you. And because of this shitty place, it has allowed for you to start to it's like you tried, okay, if I focus here, what happens then? If I focus here, what happens then? You start to realize if you hang around in those heavier thoughts, it is not going to end well. So when those bigger things come out to play, it's like, okay, you need to meet it with a bigger solution or bigger answer, which is to go within and to find those answers and grow from within. And it's like through that, from what started as a very fyrkantig, I would say in Swedish, a very stagnant place, like this is how it is, we're staying within these four walls and it's very confined, and all of a sudden in the midst of all of this and because of all of this, you're having a breakthrough and it's branching out. It literally is branching out all over the place. And I'd say that this is something from the beginning that has pissed you off. I can hear some of you guys like, yep. It has pissed you off. And that pissing off is a really good place to be in to start with, because it means that you left fear and you left anxiety and you left depression behind. Anger is like higher up. Anger is when you're starting to get a bit of energy back. And you've been pissed off, and I congratulate you, Cancer, for being pissed off, because I feel like it hasn't been in your nature to be pissed off. And it's like finally you're just, I feel some of the thoughts like, I'm gonna freaking kill this person. I'm gonna slap them in the face. It's okay to have those feelings, but now it's like it's time to move on. And I feel the conflict has been, why it has been a bit of a struggle is because we've gone a bit back and forth. You haven't continued to stay in that anger, and you haven't moved on up. You moved back to feeling defeated. But now we have this perfect timing. The timing to move forward and the timing to have this breakthrough is now. So there is, whatever you, if you continue to meditate, if you've been continuously listening to music or being out in nature or doing something that you love, talk to people that really uplifts you. I know it's so easy to call that person that is just going to revel in your problems. Stop calling them. Stop watching those crappy shows that will just keep you in that. You know what those are. They will just keep you in that energy. You won't get out of it. So you need to watch something that really lifts you, where you feel a bit like, it's just a bit of a relief. It's just a bit of like you breathe out and it's like, yeah, okay, it's going to be better. It's going to get great. And I know that people are scared to sort of walk away from things and not look at things and not answer text or not answer emails or answer the phone if certain so-and-so are calling, or if it's something you need to address, like bills that are not being paid or whatever this is for you. It can be something completely different. It can be to understand that it can be really night and day, it can be something, having issues with your skin. You're having issues with your skin and you think, or you're having issues with overweight or health issues. You think if you're not addressing it, it's just going to get worse. The thing is, most people don't understand that you're thinking about it 24/7 and not understanding that that's what they're thinking about. It's just they're constantly on their mind, and things that they're deciding to do is because of this core thing. And so that's as the basis there for them to move forward in whatever direction it is. That, like, the health is there to remind them, the overweight is there to remind them, the acne or whatever that is on your body is like it's constantly there to remind. It's like that is leading the way. That is completely leading the way all the time, but it's not. And if you actually did not answer that text, if that's a person you think, oh, if I'm not going to answer it, it's just going to get worse. We seem to think that if we don't address it physically, it's going to just get worse. And that's what it looks like from the very beginning. I'm not saying to not pay your bills. And I'm not saying if you're going to then freak out, if you don't answer the text, you think you're going to be paid a visit by somebody, then of course answer. But answer it so fast that you almost don't pay any attention to it and move the freaking on. And then the littler that you pay attention to the physical thing, and the more you go into that loving place, that feeling in nature, that like the more time you can spend there, that physical thing, I promise you, is going to go away. It just is the law. It's just how it works. And you're finding that out, that, oh my God, just by not focusing on it, it really solved itself. Yes, because that wants somewhere. If we want to have that, that's what I'm talking about with this upgrade here, with the DNA upgrade. Every cell in your body wants higher and wants to get healthy. If you're not standing in the way saying it can't, right? That's way too many, sorry. So we're going to do a little silent version here with the cards where we sit in silence and you can receive some information and let go of some stuff. But we're just going to have a finishing off card here. And see if you resonate with this and see where it will take us in the extended. Really? Okay. Sorry. I get a stop there. Stop there. Okay. So, if you want to fast forward, because I'm just going to shuffle now to get 3 cards, please do. 3 cards for perfect order. first. M. What? Okay, M, 2, 3, 4. So you actually get 4 cards for some reason. So I'm not going to talk now. Just sit in silence, take a deep breath. And we might want to wait for that tractor or something to pass by, or just sort of feel that whatever sign, maybe you have a lot of sounds on your end, just say that whatever sound I'm hearing is just a part of my feeling more, even more calm and more relaxed. And just take in the images and feel whatever you're feeling. Allow whatever you want to, whatever wants to come up. Let go whatever wants to be let gone of, and receive whatever you want to receive. And as I said, I'm going to be completely silent, and so I'm just going to end it whenever we're done. And then if you feel drawn to it, the link is in the description box down below for your extended. Thank you so much for watching.